Hey guys, we're Mal today. So the Wallabies have just beaten the French, 33 points to 30. Yeah, the Wallabies have just won the whole series. I mean, they've obviously won 2-1 now. I mean, what an impressive series to watch. I mean, as a neutral, I think this is probably the best series I've seen in a long time. So congrats both to the Wallabies and the French. I think you both put up a very impressive performance. But overall, the Wallabies got the job done. So congrats to the Wallabies, of course. And yeah, that was obviously done through Noah Leseo's the last penalty kick of the game. But of course, within that first half, the first half was probably where more of the action actually happened within this game. Obviously, with the Corbetti red card within the fourth minute, that kind of changed. I'm not going to say the momentum actually, because the momentum actually never changed, which is kind of surprising. Because normally, when a team gets a red card, that early, the game's kind of over in that instance. But the Wallabies really just hung in the whole time, and they really did pretty well throughout the whole game actually. So in my opinion, I did think it was a red card, but it's one of those which you can definitely. It's a 50-50 really in my opinion, but I can definitely see why the referees gave it. But I mean, obviously the first try of the game obviously came from the French within the 8th minute through the likes of Collard, and yeah, good try from him obviously from the scrum half, and I believe this came up from a lineout if I'm not mistaken. No, it came up from a scrum. I think it came out from a scrum, and yeah, I believe this one was where like the scrum half put it in obviously, and then the number 8 I think was Jalonge who passed it back to Collard, and yeah, from there he was able to kind of just dash around the right hand corner and obviously tumble over McDermott to put the ball down. So a good try obviously from the French in that position. The next shot of the game actually came from McDermott, so he actually responded very quickly within the 10th minute, and this was a great try in the sense where the Australian side kind of broke the French defense through a Noah Leseo passed the ball to Hooper. Hooper kind of had a clean break through the French defense, and from there he was able to kind of gas around and do an offload towards Tate McDermott, and yeah, obviously from there, Tate McDermott was able to score literally right hand side of the try post. So yeah, great try obviously from the Wallabies for that position, and kind of got them back within that first half. I mean, from there they actually got into the lead actually for the likes of Lola Haseo within the 19th minute. He scored a try. This is an intercept try in the sense where the French were kind of like scrambling within their own half, and yeah, from there obviously I believe it's the scrum half actually Collard who kind of did like I'd say a flat pass in a sense, and yeah, obviously from there, Lola Lesea was able to latch onto it, obviously, and obviously just run around and score a try for the Wallabies. So yeah, a good moment obviously for him, and he had a great game. So he really had a good game. I mean, obviously the last try in the first half actually came from the French, so they responded in quick fashion within the 36th minute, so just before the half ended. But a very good try in this sense, obviously for the likes of Walkie. Walkie was brilliant, I think, for all the games he played with it. I mean, he was outstanding. So, I mean, in this try as well, like they were kind of pressing the Wallabies from the Wallaby 22. I believe it was Walkie who kind of like latched over the Wallaby defender. I believe it was Darcy Swan who kind of he was kind of tripped over, so he's leaning back, so he's just able to like kind of go over him and put the ball down. So a good good intuition there, obviously from the Walkie to get that try. So yeah, obviously the point scored within the halftime score was actually 20-20, so it was actually even at that point of time. So there's really nothing separating both of these sides. But of course, within the second half, I wouldn't say there was much. There was definitely less action than what happened within the first half. But obviously, Barassi got a try in the 47th minute for the French, and this was, in my opinion, probably the best try in the game. It came obviously from the French 22. And then from there, they were able to like develop a play in the sense where Collard passed it towards Teddy Thomas. Teddy Thomas did a long kick, essentially upfield. He was able to actually catch the ball and do a quick offload to the right, and I believe they passed it down to Hastoy, I believe, and Hastoy had the final pass towards Barassi, and obviously Barassi was able to score within the right hand side. So yeah, good try obviously from the French there, and really showed that they were able to do a good counter attacking move. So yeah, I was very impressed by that, and probably the try of the game by a mile. I mean, even by the series, I think. But of course, the last try of the game actually came up in the 51st minute through the likes of Teniano Tupou. As soon as he came on, I think it was like what 4 minutes since he came on, and then he got a try for his name. Obviously, similar to the Walkie try in the sense where they kind of developed a few phases within the French 22. And yeah, from there, I believe Teniano Tupou got his hands on the ball and obviously scored a try underneath the post. So a good moment, obviously, for him. And yeah, obviously, after that, there was obviously a few penalties from both sides, back and forth. But at the end of the day, Noah Leseo got the last kick of the game within the 77th minute, I believe. And he kicked that obviously in that kind of the Wallabies just held on essentially, and that the scores ended obviously with 33 points to 30 towards the Wallabies. So a very impressive performance again from both teams. And you have to understand that this is not France's best team. There are a lot of players who were missing. The likes of Dupont, Charles Ablillon. They don't have who else? Nenta back. They don't have the best core players within this side. So, to be perfectly honest, this is still a very impressive victory for the Wallabies. Don't get me wrong, very impressive victory. But it's one of those which I can definitely see the French, if they had those type of players in this squad, I think the scores might have been different. That's obviously my opinion, but obviously the Wallabies were brilliant throughout the whole series. So congrats to the Wallabies. Definitely comment below what you guys thought of the game, because I thought this was one of the best games I've seen in a while. I was just it was brilliant game of rugby to watch. But anyway, just hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, definitely comment below. I want to see your comments. But other than that, just hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.